I think that just sums it up from Dawn. We're headed out the door. It's Monday morning and it's raining. Yep, all the guys are bundled up here, hiding out, staying dry. I fed them on top and then moved the bowls out of their way so they wouldn't have to come down and get wet. It's actually let up a little bit, but it is still raining and supposed to for a while. Good morning, Ruby. Yeah, it's another morning where we're starting out with less than 80% charge. I came out around 11:30 and unplugged because of all the severe thunderstorm alerts. This will be plenty to get me through my Monday, just 2 trips into downtown Raleigh and home. I'm not going to the chiropractor today. I don't have any other extra special trips today. A little later than I'd like to be for a Monday morning, but you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what it is. So most of the rain is back behind us, kind of south, and as we move into Raleigh, it's looking clearer up ahead. Johnny said he appreciated Main Street not blinding us with the sun this morning. Well, apparently there's some kind of accident ahead and we've been stuck in this traffic now for 5, maybe going on 10 minutes. And I checked navigation and it wants me to turn right on Old Stage Road up here and take an alternate trip into method into downtown. So if I can get up to Old Stage, I will certainly turn right. I know that route, that'll work just fine. Well, the in-car navigation did do a pretty good job of routing us around the problem, whatever the problem is. We never did see what was wrong. And, you know, it's this nice scenery here this morning. But unfortunately, the ETA is 7:43, and that is late.
Hi, Mom.
All right, bye, buddy. I'm really sorry you're getting a late start this morning.
It's okay.
You have a good day. Mom loves you.
I love you too.
Yeah, that accident was basically at 401 and Mechanical Boulevard, right in front of the Lowe's Home Improvement store. Looked like a really bad accident, and traffic is backed up, as I knew, going back toward Fuquay. Well, coming into town for miles, basically. It looked like the road was closed for a while, and they have it reopened, but only to 1 lane so far. Very sad. I'm back home and all my little sweethearts are still asleep over here. Stopped raining. Well, I guess only 2 of them, but still, that's sweet. Good morning. It's safe to wake up and come out now. Dawn and I think Tux and Gray have just the right idea. So we're in the GMC, headed to do not fun stuff like take all that stuff that we pulled out yesterday that needed to go to the landfill.
Yeah.
We're not headed to the convenience site this time. We're headed to the actual main landfill, and it's not too far from the house, so that's good. Far enough though. But we're gonna drop off some electronics, an old non-functioning printer, a couple of old computers, batteries that are used up. You know, we don't throw them in the trash can. We have a little plastic container at the house. We put them in, and then when the container is full, or close to when it's full, when it's overflowing, we take it to the landfill. I mean, it's sort of a pain. You have to get out and take it to a special spot over there. It's not right at the place where the garbage goes, but it's worth doing. It's the right thing to do. So this particular dropping off of stuff is going to take a few minutes because we'll have multiple stops and things to sort through to make sure they go in the right place. And then hopefully they do the right thing with it. So I have 2 observations out the window. Number 1, everything is lush and green for August. And number 2, the tobacco is turning golden now. And you can see that they've taken the bottom leaves off of it. Wow, there's a whole new area over here. Yep, here's garbage.
Cardboard is number 3.
Wow.
Mixed recycling number 4.
If we were in Ruby, I'd be having a panic attack right now. Right, Donnie?
Yep.
I'm not sure which would be worse, the worry about picking up a nail or the worry about getting the tires dirty, wheels dirty.
Hey, at least it ain't raining.
Well, it's not raining now. Yeah, it has the potential to be really great once they're finished with it, which they're only about halfway finished. This is what you see if you properly dispose of your paint, batteries, and CFLs.
So that was interesting in our new landfill. I could tell they put a little thought to it. You know, now I'm not going to be Mr. Critical, but I still don't like the fact that they depend on people backing in. Now, I don't mind backing in, but they're all spread apart, and it's too far to walk. And
with heavy stuff. With
heavy stuff. I sort of don't understand why they didn't like put each of the 5 sections or 5 or 6 of those things. Like they could have put mixed and household trash and then a couple of those lanes, but put them at 45-degree angles and only one container wide, so you basically drive up to it and you are sitting between 2 containers, like, you know, mixed recycles, which is very common, and household trash in the other. And then they could have had the cardboard as you like drive away from all the angled ones. They could have had a cardboard one on the side, so you could have got rid of your cardboard, because really normally those are the things you do. So I would have put it at an angle, and because this backing in to me takes longer, and you can't, they don't let you back up right up to it. They don't let you back right up to it because of they got ballards there, so you got to stop like 4 feet away from the receptacle opening. And so if you're gonna be 4 feet away from, does it matter if I toss it over the side of my pickup truck versus toss it out the back of my pickup truck? And of course, if you're driving a car and you're unloading the stuff from the trunk, it doesn't matter if you toss it to the side or toss it to the back or toss it to the other side. So I think that, you know, from a workflow, it would have probably been a little easier if they did it. And then they could have still did the underground thing, you know, because that's what this was, is basically you're up at a higher level than the
truck that comes to haul
truck
it away.
Comes picks it up. The truck comes picks it up is below you. There's no paving. It's not from that. It's just you know, graded away. It's just a retaining wall, so the receptacles are all up against a retaining wall, and with enough room for a truck to get in there. Anyway, I just think they could have just a little bit more, but you know, they don't really, not trying to make it really convenient for people. They would rather you have a few visits to your landfill as possible. You know, so maybe would encourage, if it's a real hassle, it would encourage you to reduce the amount of household waste you generate.
So 3 years ago, First Lego League had the Trash Trek mission table, and as part of our project we had to learn some stuff about trash, and we had to come up with a recycling, some novel now recycling idea. So we went on the tour of this landfill. They have a really nice air-conditioned large bus, or small bus, large van, and a knowledgeable person gets in there with you, and they take you around and they explain what's going on and what you're seeing. Because the main landfill where they take all the trash, where all the garbage trucks come, is behind the area where we were. Any point, it was very insightful. So if you have that opportunity near you, you might want to see if your local landfill, I'm serious now, has a tour. Probably for school groups or homeschool groups, they have those, and it's usually free. So ours was a pretty nice one. If you've ever toured your landfill, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. They expect that one to last a really long time, although Don has been reading in the newspaper that the amount of cardboard recycling due to Amazon Prime deliveries has, you know, just gone through the roof, and they're having trouble dealing with all the cardboard. I'm heading into Raleigh to get Johnny. Hopefully the trip in this afternoon will be less eventful than the trip in this morning, and faster. picked up Johnny, no problems. And we've been listening to our book on the way back to Fuquay. It's hard to pause it for a little bit. But we need to run into Harris Teeter and grab just a couple of things. If we want coffee tomorrow morning, almond milk coffee, we'd better run in and get a few supplies.
Please place your item in the bagging area.
Yeah, Johnny and I, we don't like the scan machines, the self-checkouts at this Harris Teeter. Yeah, no matter how fast you move the item, it tells you to put the item in the bagging area. And what was the other thing it fussed at us about? Oh, when he was loading up, please don't forget your items. Please don't forget your items.
Oh, and it also glitches and thinks you put items in there that you didn't, and all sorts of other junk.
Yeah, it's a little more sensitive than we would like. But hey, tomorrow morning we'll have coffee. We'll be as happy campers as we can be at 5:30. We get home on Mondays and we don't have a lot of time because Taekwondo class is at 5. Johnny got started on his homework. I took a brief nap. Don was reading, and I'm fixing to drop Johnny off at his Taekwondo class. I'm still debating going back or not. His makeup testing is later this week, and I figure that gives me one more week before I gotta get serious about am I gonna go back or not. So I'm still thinking about it. The greatest. That's the Model S. Good job. Awesome. Way out. Bye-bye. Look at the model. Bag in with the 75. It was a 2-digit number, which is basically. And he's off. Explore Church, waiting for the 2-minute countdown timer to start a raid battle for Roselia of all things. But the Celebi mythical Pokemon special research task has been released. And you have to battle in a raid, and you know, the start to do all these other new special things you have to do for the chance to catch Celebi. So this is one of the requirements. I'll get her done. So special research task 1 is complete. Number 2 is going to take at least 3 days. You have to catch the same Pokemon 3 days in a row. That's interesting. I'm now meeting some other folks to do a yellow egg. They must be trying to get their raid task out of the way. So that egg was for a ride-on, and I caught him on both Johnny's and my account. And we are now on Celebi task, special research task 2, but they've slowed it down. You've got to catch a Pokemon 3 days in a row. So let's see, today's what? Monday, so Wednesday, yeah, I won't be able to go to the next task until Wednesday. Boo! Yeah, I guess I didn't want people plowing through it in a day, playing all night, whatever. We want to, inquiring minds want to know what the other special things are we have to do, you know? So, it was really cool. One of the Fuquay police officers came over and played with us, and yeah, that was nice. $102 miles today. I'd say that's a typical Monday for us. Hi, buddy. He always walks up the steps so tentative because he's afraid somebody's going to ambush him. Hi, buddy. Come on. There's the girls coming. They're behind you. Aww.